Welcome to Homework Lib.
Evaluate the expression 2/3 cubed times 6/5 squared, all divided by 4/5 raised to the 4th power, giving your answer as a fraction in its simplest form. In this question, we are given an expression involving the product and quotient of rational numbers raised to positive integer exponents, and we need to evaluate the expression, giving our answer as a fraction in its simplest form. To do this, let's start by evaluating the exponents. In this case, we are raising fractions to positive integer exponents. There are a few ways of evaluating these exponents. The easiest way is to recall that a over b, all raised to the power of n, is equal to a raised to the power of n over b raised to the power of n, provided that these are all well defined. We can apply this result to evaluate each of the fractions raised to an exponent to get 2 cubed over 3 cubed times 6 squared over 5 squared, all divided by 4 raised to the 4th power over 5 raised to the 4th power. We can then recall that we multiply fractions by multiplying their numerators and denominators separately. This allows us to rewrite the expression as shown. We could simplify at this point. However, we can also note that our expression involves division by a fraction. We know that dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. So instead of dividing by 4 raised to the 4th power over 5 raised to the 4th power, we can multiply by its reciprocal to obtain the following expression. We can then, once again, multiply the numerators and denominators separately. This gives us 2 cubed times 6 squared times 5 raised to the 4th power, all divided by 3 cubed times 5 squared times 4 raised to the 4th power. To help us simplify this expression, we can rewrite each factor to be in terms of powers of primes. We can calculate that 6 squared is equal to 3 squared times 2 squared, and 4 raised to the 4th power is equal to 2 raised to the 8th power. This allows us to rewrite the expression as shown. We are now ready to cancel shared factors in the numerator and denominator. We can do this directly, or we can use the quotient rule for exponents, which tells us that a raised to the power of m over a raised to the power of n is equal to a raised to the power of m minus n. In other words, when taking the quotient of exponential expressions with the same base, we can raise the base to the difference in the exponents. We can cancel 5 shared factors of 2 in the numerator and denominator to be left with a factor of 2 cubed in the denominator. Similarly, we can cancel a shared factor of 3 squared in the numerator and denominator to be left with a factor of 3 in the denominator. Finally, we can cancel a shared factor of 5 squared in the numerator and denominator to be left with a factor of 5 squared in the numerator. We can then evaluate the numerator and denominator to get 25 over 24. We cannot simplify the fraction any further, so this is our final answer.